Alright, this is a review and comparison of the Hobie Outback and Hobie Pro Angler. But I'm going to weigh out the pros and cons of each yak, and hopefully this helps you make a decision on which one you want to go with. So the first thing we're going to talk about is weight. In this category, you got the Outback that is lighter than the PA at 99 pounds. The downside is that's still not a light kayak, but it is lighter than the Pro Angler. Pro Angler is much heavier at 130 for the 12 and 150 for the 14, so it's a really heavy kayak. And with that considered, if weight's a big issue, I would consider the Outback the winner of this category. So the next category is length and width, and we have the Outback at 12 feet 1 inch and 33 inches wide. It's a little bit narrower than the Pro Angler, and it's 1 inch longer than the 12. It's faster, it cuts through the water better because it's narrower, because it's got a different shape, but it's still just as big, basically. I mean, after I think 80 or 90 pounds, you're not really feeling that much of a difference. Now anything lighter than that you're gonna feel like it's a big difference, but when it's only 30 pounds heavier, it doesn't feel like it's that much of a difference. It is the same length and almost the same width, but there is not as much space as the Pro Angler, which is 12 feet long, 36 inches wide for the 12, and 13 and a half feet long, I think, with 38 inches wide for the 14. That makes it really stable compared to the Outback. I mean, the Outback is a stable boat, but the Pro Angler is it's unreal. And with the design, it also makes the Pro Angler much more open, and you have a lot of open space within the cockpit where you sit, where you have plenty of room to throw lures and your hog trough, and you got horizontal, rod storage, everything. So that's really cool. The only downside to being the Pro Angler in that one is that it may be overkill for you. You may not need that much storage, or you may not, that space may be wasted if you're not going to use it. So that you might be more comfortable with an Outback. But in this category, I'm gonna have to say the Pro Angler takes it. The Outback with a cart or a Boondocks landing gear would be all you pretty much would need to get it from anywhere you want to the water. If you don't have a cart or anything like that, if you're just dragging it, it is really heavy. But if you hook a cart or Boondocks landing gear, you'll have all you need for it. It is still heavier than a lot of the other kayaks, like a Compass or a Revo, so it's not a light kayak, but I feel like a cart would be all you need. Now to the Pro Angler, you can get by with the Boondocks landing gear. I did for a long time. I wouldn't recommend the scupper cart though. You don't want to be flipping that thing over. I'd recommend the Boondocks landing gear for any bigger kayak. I'd say over 80-90 pounds. So for both of these, I'm going to say Boondocks landing gear for sure. It's a little more expensive, but it's a lot easier, and you don't have to empty or flip over your kayak to let the wheels down. But most people eventually go for the trailer with the Pro Angler, like I did. I converted a jet ski trailer. It just makes things a lot easier. The Boondocks landing gear is still nice, because even though I'm trailering it, if I get to a boat ramp or there is no boat ramp, and that's the only way, I can't just put it in like I would a boat, then yeah, I would still pull it off the trailer, flip the Boondocks landing gear down, and then pull it. So it's not too bad. But in this category, I'm gonna have to go with the Outback with loading and transport, because it's just a little bit lighter, a little bit narrower. It's a lot easier to deal with. You don't need a trailer. It makes things a lot easier, put it that way. But the Outback is gonna win this category. Thanks for watching this part of the video series. Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully you watch more and watch the other parts of this series so that you know which kayak is better for you. And as always, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see videos on the Compass, which hopefully I can get my hands on soon and do comparisons with, hit that subscribe button for sure if you want to see that. If you like this video or video series, make sure you like each video, because it really helps me out and it really helps me do these kind of things. And I'll see you guys in the next one.